This is my solitude. I am nothing to know. No one. I'm stuck in life. I'm stuck in life. No one cares. I should die. I should die. I should die. Die! People hate me. Why does everyone hate me? This is life. I don't see it. No, I am not this body. This body, I don't recognize it anymore. I can't leave. I'm stuck in here. I'm stuck. I'm already dead! I'm starving. God, starving. These chocolate puffs are easy to eat. They're easy to eat. I can't avoid a real life. What a real life. I don't need to exist. Don't need to be happy. Don't need to be happy. I deserve to die. I have no freedom in my life. My body, I should just kill myself. I'm not even in my body. I should just end it. I am a ghost. No. I am a hero. Previously, on the chaotic adventures of Hyper Misao, our hero of love and peace infiltrated Tetsuya Koda's factory farm of wild Mizuki and attempted to save them from consumption from ketamine-addicted oligarchs, but failed miserably to save the day. Today, for episode 10, and for the beginning of the year, let's travel back to the beginning and explore the motivations behind our wonderful ever-utilitarian superhero of love and peace. Not the overall beginning of her career. We shall save that episode for Hyper Misao, Year 1. This is Hyper Misao Begins. Hyper Misao had visions for her life that conflicted with her parents. She wanted to be an artist and go to art school, but her life went in a different direction, and she went to a school she didn't feel herself in. This would grow until she stopped feeling like her body was even hers. She didn't feel free. She wanted to die, but because it would inconvenience her parents, she wouldn't. A larger societal issue in itself. Thus, she felt like a ghost, existing day by day, surviving on a single bag of chocolate puffs because they didn't require one to chew that much, making eating as easy as possible. My way to relate are these chewy cookies I used to eat because they're easy to eat. I used to be glued to my bed as well. Depression struck me hard and I felt the burden upon what my parents would feel if I harmed myself. There are many things that got me out of it, therapy being a big one. Friends, as well as finding a goal and purpose and finding a reason to enjoy life, was the other reason. That was 7 years ago. That's not nearly as severe as Misao's story, however. She would attempt to take her own life by downing a bunch of pills. She would be found by a random Samaritan and wake up in the hospital, but she was treated like it was her fault. She was looked down upon, and you could only imagine how society may treat such an individual. Life is so weird and nonsensical at times, because in 2014, Misao attended the Handmade in Japan Festival, a multi-day event that showcases art and fashion from small creators, and there's music and food, and for whatever reason, pro wrestling. DDT, Dramatic Dream Team, known for wrestling anywhere. By happenstance, they wrestled in front of Misao. Jun Kasai, the crazy deathmatch wild man, would leap up the ladder with his Pearl Harbor splash. She had never seen anything like it. It was ridiculous, pure nonsense. None of it made any sense at all. But she loved it. She loved it so much. To Misao, she saw freedom. She saw the ability to enjoy life. And then realized she can enjoy life too. A month later, she would meet with TJPW President Tetsuya Koda with her resume in her hands. She said she wanted to be a hero because to her, pro wrestlers were heroes. She wanted to become one too.
You have learned to bury your guilt with anger. I will teach you to confront it. You know how to fight 6 men. We can teach you how to engage 600.
She would train like Batman in the mountains where Koda trained all the TJPW girls, and she would emerge into TJPW, where she became Hyper Misao. Hyper Misao would debut in 2015 at Shinjuku Face, walking out to a late 70s song, Hero, by Kai Band, and looking like she designed her superhero costume for $10. The green tracksuit, the cape that falls on her face, the superhero mask. She hadn't found her pose just yet, but introducing herself since day one. Inspired by the goggles of Jun Kasai and his Pearl Harbor splash, Misao would put on the cape and declare to the world, "I am a hero," and fly. She would still lose the match from a spear, but the elements of Hyper Misao were nearly there from the start. She hadn't learned that cheating meant that she could win just yet, and in order to be a hero to save the world and protect love and peace and justice in TJPW, she has to win matches, people. It's not cheating. Stop it, stop it. It's not cheating. Even if her earliest singles wins were because she cheated against a little girl named Marika Kobashi. Okay, she cheats. It's still justice, damn it. She's just clever and makes these silly creatures agree to ridiculous, absurd stipulations like making a 30-count rule match against Yuka Sakazaki and dealing with her murderous self like... And they fight outside and all over the place like... Oh, not the grocery cart! Murderous Yuka! Oh! Now she's making Mizuki drive, but wait... Candy? Oh, Queen Yuka isn't satisfied. Run her over, Mizuki! Oh, she's still not happy. She needs more candy. A candy backpack? Yes, there we go. And oh, there goes Yuka Sakazaki out the door into the cold, snowy Japan. She's locking her in. Keep the evil at bay. Keep her out there. Let her freeze to death. Let her freeze to death. Oh no, the count is almost up. Run, Misao. Run back to the ring. Oh no, she tripped. She tripped before the 30 count. Oh, it's a count-out draw anyways. Misao. Oh, she wants to restart Coda. It's gonna be a 1-count match. Do it, Coda, do it. And now they're fighting. They're fighting. Just 1 count. They gotta move fast. And Yuka, smooth as ever, but Misao ducks and takes out Yuka and up top for the I am a hero. But she rolls too far and doesn't get the fall, allowing Yuka to murder her with her forearm for the 1 count. Oh, Misao, you had her. What a blunder. Misao's early career would have her lose the vast majority of her matches. At a certain point, she had enough and decided to make a grand declaration to the world. It was a match where she teamed with Priscilla Kelly against Maho Kurone and Rika Tatsume, who would defeat Misao with one of the many ass attacks that she would deliver against Misao, a common move that would spell Misao's doom many times over. She didn't let the loss deter her from making her speech though. Her talking, her constant yapping. That was her gift. No other wrestlers talked as much or still talk as much as Hyper Misao does. She has that art school theater kid energy, but this time she tells the story I told you, her origin story, how she began, how DDT inspired her, and how she too wants to inspire others to be a hero. So she declares an open challenge to face her in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And to her surprise, the glass breaks. Then DDT President Sanshiro Takagi walks out. He was a part of that very match at the Handmade Festival that inspired Misao. And 1 year after that event, after Misao had been a professional wrestler for a short while, she would compete at the very same event that inspired her. Unfortunately, footage doesn't exist. This is actual lost media, but according to Dramatic DDT, she would team with Don Shoko Dino and Makoto Oishi to defeat Sanshiro Takagi and various others. It was also her first victory in wrestling in general. Dino would note to the crowd about Misao's origins, and she would reportedly cry. 3 years later, and Takagi here in front of Misao, but he isn't the person who will be accepting her challenge. It's Jun Kasai, the wrestler who directly inspired her. It should never be mistaken that pro wrestling can be and is an art form, because what Hyper Misao does next is absolutely how you can make pro wrestling something truly unique, personal, and inspiring without it not still being pro wrestling. she challenged Jun Kasai to a death match. But in order to unlock the ability to win the match, you first have to eat the very food that Hyper Misao would eat. One that required little effort to chew. The very food that kept her alive during the hardest time in her life. A bag of chocolate puffs. Kasai, just look at those scars. If you don't know Jun Kasai, I'm not about to show you. That man took a bump on cleavers that I would never forget. Match starts, and they go to town on the chocolate puffs, and Misao does the smart thing and tosses Kasai's water away. Misao has eaten these so many times, she knows how to speedrun eating them. She finishes fast. Misao can go for the pin, but Kasai can't. He's gotta eat the puffs. He decides to kill Misao first and worry about the puffs later. And they will proceed to have chaos everywhere, starting backstage of Corkin Hall, and listen to the crowd reaction to the chair castle reveal. And here's Misao with the Hyper Dreammobile going straight after Jun Kasai to kill him. And oh no! Jun Kasai has her by his grips and punishes her across Corkin Hall, but oh no! Misao reverses, a desperate dash away, and our hero returns with the Hyper Dreammobile. She will have her way, damn it. She will kill this deathmatch murderous psychopath and crashes! Holy Sheeta! But Misao isn't done. She has to get insane to beat Jun Kasai and have the courage to fly! Kasai is on the run now. Get him, Misao. Only one way down. Kasai brings out the ladder but suffers for his blunder, but Misao gets a little too ambitious herself with the table, and Jun Kasai absolutely crushes Misao with a Pearl Harbor splash through the table, just crushes her. This match is over, but oh, silly Kasai, you have to finish the chocolate puffs, you fool. There we go. But Hyper Misao is fighting back now. She would tank a lariat from Kasai and power through like the hero she is, damn it. Nearly getting another 3 count before Kasai takes her head off. But yet again, Misao still fighting. Kasai drives her head down in the brain buster, but she still won't lose. Jun Kasai has to beat Jun Kasai in order to beat Hyper Misao. Up the ladder he goes with the goggles. Just like the first match Hyper Misao watched 4 years ago, Kasai would deliver the splash that would inspire her to become a hero and fly herself. Pearl Harbor Splash defeats her. Jun Kasai won. He tells Misao that the chocolate puff idea was stupid and a bad idea probably, but they were still the best chocolate he has ever eaten. Hyper Misao fought hard against Jun Kasai and proved to everyone that Hyper Misao is a pro wrestler, and a damn good one. Hyper Misao and Jun Kasai elevated what was just silly pro wrestling into auteurship. This match was Hyper Misao as not just a wrestler, but as a person. This is her story. In one single match, she told her entire story, both symbolically and emotionally. It was art. And that is as special as it gets in pro wrestling, and why Hyper Misao is one of the most creative, inspiring minds in professional wrestling. Because she achieved what she was aiming for. Hyper Misao is a hero. Next time, on the chaotic adventures of Hyper Misao, we dive back toward the first major peril in Hyper Misao's tenure, when an evil snake wizard appears, charms the wrestlers to his army, and attempts to overtake all of TJPW. Poison Julie Sarada. Will Poison Julie Sarada take over Tokyo Jersey Pro Wrestling? How will our brave hero stop the snake jazz of the snake wizard? And why?
Why?
Find out. Same hyper time, same hyper channel on the chaotic adventures of Hyper Misao, or hero of love and peace. Thank you to all my Patreon sponsors. Happy New Year to y'all, and happy to everyone who supports me. We have Jeff, Teej, Renee Valdez, Asia Trace, Maddox, Justin Stein, Matthew Philip, Juice Good, Terrence, Dan Work, Kev Mullen, MK Ray, Connor Shaker, Juggernaut Graphics, Aaron, Sicarius, I Want Victims, JLA, Julia Sunglasses, Paul Darn, Pickle Simer, Scott Racer, Covertary D, Little Choo Choo, Tony Davis, Douglas Snake, Aldo, Luciano Redo, Mindfully, Ace, Raw, Cuz 99, Kiki Knows Dad, and Eric Sturrock. Thank you.